Freedom Fest started with a small church on Pleasant Street called Living Faith. They were having a music festival, and we came up with the name Freedom Fest because they had free food and free music, and basically everything was free. And we did it that year, and we talked about doing it on 4th of July the following year. We didn't pull it together. The year after that, which I think would be 5 years ago now, First Baptist Church took it over and took over the name, and we started this as a small festival that basically what you see here today was what we started with 5 years ago.
I got involved with Freedom Fest through Jim, and being a member of the same church. Really, I like the public outreach. God has really called me to that, and I really truly enjoy just being a part of this. I mean, Jim spoke to me about it. I think I just showed up here on 4th of July like 3 or 4 years ago and cooked hot dogs and hamburgers for most of the day, and then last year we didn't have this, and I was truly just missing it a lot. It was one of those things where just didn't happen that particular year, and I was driving around, and there was something else going on here right around the 4th of July, and I was just asking myself, why this wasn't happening. God really spoke and said, this is yours. You need to come back. This is yours, And me being me, I'm like, yeah, not me. And because honestly, I really didn't want to get involved in organizing it again. And it's been a blessing. Jim, all the information Jim had, he gave to me, and working with Pastor David Crosby, who's the lead pastor at our church, Grace River, we've managed to do this again. I mean, along with a few other churches as well. And it's pretty awesome to see, to me, how God's filled in the gaps in this. I mean, I'm not the best organizer, and to lay this down in front of God and watch Him fill this, it's been awesome. With Jim Hugo's help, it's been awesome. I had a sit down, I think at the beginning with you and Pastor David.
Probably,
at the very beginning, and sort of discussed whether or not I was even the right leader for doing this. And none of us were really sure at that point, I think. And no one else really stepped up. So I did what God asks, and this is the result. I mean, if you guys have looked around and seen everything that's happened here today, it's incredible, and it's really, truly just an outreach. Everything that Jim Hugo said today come to fruition again this year, through God's grace. It's awesome. Even the kids that are running around, it's just awesome. It truly is. And that's what this is all about. So, if it wasn't for these guys, this wouldn't be happening. So it is a true blessing. Thanks. That's a good question. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I live in Louisiana now, and I was in the process of moving last year, which is part of the reason it didn't happen. I announced at the church that somebody else would have to pick it up, and of course it takes people a while to figure out who it is. It's been really a blessing, like John said, to be out here, and we're really serving the community. Right behind where you're standing is the food tent. Where else can you get a meal? A hot dog, a bag of chips, and a soda for $1.25. And there are people that come that don't have a lot of money, and they may have several kids, and maybe not a father around. And I know they've said to my wife in the past that they wouldn't be able to do this except for that it's being provided for them. Yeah. And so where will God take it? I don't know. It would be really nice to see a bunch of churches really jump on board and say we're going to do this together, and see it grow, add some more activities to it, keep the kids a little bit more busy. Yeah. But it's just here. I guess the one thing I'd want to say, I don't know if you used it this year, and I'll have to think for a minute to come up with it, but we came out with a mission statement.
Yes.
Do you have that still?
Yes,
you know what
it's
it
in
is?
my briefcase.
Yeah.
I can't recite it, but I know what it is.
It is to celebrate our independence, to honor our servicemen and women, and to glorify God.
Yeah.
That's what we used in the past, and I don't know if you're still using
Yes.
that.
Yes.
And that was the goal behind it. And I think it's been successful every year and this year in doing that.
Yeah, completely. And I agree totally with what he's saying. I mean, God's really said that a lot, that working with other churches has been amazing. I think we have 3 other church bodies here today, along with the music from 3 or 4 different churches. And to see that just come together is so amazing. I mean, this is the only outdoor event that we have every year that involves so many different churches together. And that, to me, is awesome. I mean, we work together in other areas, which is really amazing, and to see God work. But to see this outdoor thing where we have all these free games, we have face painting and food and obstacle courses and pie tasting. And I mean, I'm digging the pie. That's pretty good. All that, and it's just awesome to see all that come together on the 4th of July. I mean, here it was 4 o'clock this morning. It was pouring rain, and all of us, we prayed for days to have sunny weather, and here we are. It's like noon, 1 o'clock, and it's beautiful out. So, I mean, the more that this comes together, the more God's heart really shows in it. I mean, through Jim, through all the people that come, and the seeds are planted. I know people in our church today that, a result of coming here and being in a prayer tent 3 years ago, are now members and are saved.
If you've been touched by the mercy king, rise and sing, sing. Whoa!